Hi, in this video we're going to try and fix up this Sony SRS XB43 Bluetooth speaker. I purchased this on eBay for spares or repair and it was described as having no power. I think I paid around about £24 plus £6 postage, so £30 altogether. Now I have tried to switch it on and sometimes it does sort of light up but then goes straight off. There, I've just held the power button down and you do get some lights on it, but then it just switches off. So I'm not sure what it's just decided to come on there and switch off again. So I'm not sure what the problem is, whether there's some kind of internal short, whether it's a problem with the battery, but I'm sure we'll figure it out. Right. So I just want to find out if it's actually charging or anything first. So I'll just grab a power bank and a little USB adapter here. Let's just plug that in. And it does appear to be drawing current. I'll just zoom down a bit so you can see that. So it's drawn 370 milliamps, or just over a third of an amp, but it's not showing any charge light. There's a charge light here just there, but that's not lighting up, so perhaps there's a problem with the charging circuit on this. So first thing we need to do is see how it comes apart. I can't see any visible signs of screws or anything. So I think I might go and have a look to see if I can find a teardown video on it, just to see how these come apart. So I don't know if you've got to remove these feet or whether... So back in one moment. Right, so it appears you've got to get a spudging tool or something into this part here. So let's see how this goes. Well, I've made a bit of progress. Now it's got tape as well. Looks like this is stuck down with tape on the inside there. I don't know if you can see very good. Well, this is sort of sticky tape. There we go. I think we're getting there. You can see the sticky tape there now. Right, that's the outer case off. So it looks like we have a number of Phillips screws around the outside. So let's start removing those. So just grab a screwdriver. Perhaps a different screwdriver. Right, that's all of the screws out. Right, so it seems like we have a number of cables, some for LEDs I think here. So I'm just going to try and disconnect those first. Right, so that's the speaker assembly, which also appears to have some LEDs on it. So we'll just get that part out of the way. So we have some other LEDs possibly on the sides. This looks like they go to these smaller cables here. Looks like this white part's held in with 3 screws on the bottom. Looks like another couple of screws down there, one here. So it looks quite well built, this. It's got quite a number of screws in it. Let's try and remove some of those. Let's try and get these screws out. Now, might possibly be another couple of screws here because I can see some plastic going through here, so I don't know if there's some other screws hidden somewhere. And there's another one. Well, this part still doesn't want to come out. Let's try removing these end clips because I'm not sure if I can see some bits of plastic under there, so there might be some more screws underneath that part. I don't like the feel of that. It feels very snappy. I don't know if I can get the front off first. I'm not sure if there's any screws under there or not. Right, I'm just going to pause a moment just to see if I can figure out how the rest of this comes apart. A moment, please. Well, I needn't to pause there. I just literally just pulled that down a bit and the whole thing just decided it wanted to come out now. So I think it was just held with a little bit adhesive or something. Right, we have the board out. Excellent. So what do we have here then? Well, this looks like the battery here. Which looks like it goes to that connection here. And by the look of it, it looks like we've just got positive, negative, and that's probably thermistor NTC for the temperature of the battery. I think the first thing we might do is just see if we've got any power in that battery. So I'll just zoom out a sec so I can get the meter in shot. We'll just go on to volts DC. Let's see if we've got any charge in this battery. So we've got 7.8 volts, but I'm not sure what charge or what voltage this battery's supposed to be. Let's see if it's got anything written on it. And it has, but it's underneath stickers and things, so I don't think you can actually see. Just gonna have a look look through my little glass here. 7.2 volts DC. So it appears the battery's fully charged. Now I didn't have to unplug those LED lights. It looks like they come with the actual assembly here. So the battery's 7.2 volts. We've got 7.8 volts in it. So the reason it mightn't be charging is because it already appears to be fully charged. So why isn't it turning on? Well, I think I'm going to have to remove this board just so we can have a better look of it. So it looks like there's two screws here. Looks like there's a ribbon cable at the back and the battery to disconnect. So I'm going to start by disconnecting the battery first. A little sub board here. Let's see if the main board wants to come out now. Okay. Right, I think I'll set the microscope up just so we can get a better look over this board. Right, let's have a look over this board then. So that's where the battery comes in. Just here. This goes to the back panel where the USB connector is. So it looks like the power comes in here, goes through this IC. I think this could be the charging section here. And it looks like the battery goes to this power supply. I think this is the amplifier chip here, which looks to be a class D by the inductors and that and stuff. A tiny little IC there. Oh, we've got a UART, TX and RX here. I can't see anything on this side of the board that looks blown or anything. Let's check the other side. We'll start over here. Now I think that is a NFC antenna. I do vaguely remember reading something about NFC. We have a 0 ohm resistor there. A little 0 ohm resistor there. And this looks to be the Bluetooth module. And that appears to be about it. There's not really a huge amount on here. But I can't see anything that looks obviously blown. Everything looks okay. Little IC there. One thing I forgot to look over was this board here, where the USB-C connector is, just in case there's something there that's stopping it from charging. But the USB-C connector itself looks actually okay. And I can't see any damaged components or anything on here. And there's nothing really much on the bottom of the board. Right, I've connected the battery back up and I've connected the USB input back up. I've got it plugged into a power pack at the moment. So we should have the charge light on there. Oh. What happened there? Oh, I just seen a little light flash on the, unless it was just a reflection. Is there an LED on there? Might just been a reflection. We've got the charge light on there now. That's a bit progress. I wonder if there's a bad connection on this somewhere. It seemed to be when I pressed on the Bluetooth module, the power lights just came on. So I wonder if this has got dry joints or something. Let's try that again. Now it's going back on. Hold on then. Let's try the power button. I don't know if you can switch it on while it's charging. Well, there definitely seems to be something around this area that seems to be a bit intermittent, unless it was just coincidental there. So let's try that again. Ah, right, okay. So now it's not working again. Let's see if we can try and narrow this down a bit. Well, that did something there when I flexed the board. There. There definitely seems to be some kind of dry joint or something round about this area. I don't know if It's on the back of the board. Or if it's something like the Bluetooth module itself not being attached to the board. It's on the back side of this. I'm trying to work out if it's actually on the back side of the board. Let's try and wiggling the Bluetooth module there, and it's came on. So I wonder if there's a bad connection on the Bluetooth module where it's attached to the board. It definitely makes a difference with the charging, because it definitely didn't have that light on before. I might take that sticker off and we'll just get it under the microscope again. Right, I've got it under the microscope again, and what I'm thinking about doing is having to go just reflowing this. So let's see how this works out. Well, that chip just moved there. I thought while I was here I would just touch up that EEPROM with the soldering iron as well. Right, let's see if that's made any difference then. Right, let's get the battery connected back up. I'll just grab the USB lead. Well, the charge light came straight on. Let's try unplugging it. Well, it definitely seems to have made a difference. Let's just try giving it a bit of a... Try that again. Well, that might be it then. I think it's just being bad connections on this Bluetooth board. Let's try that again. It seems to be doing it every time now. Now, does it switch on? Well, that looks promising. Right, so I think I need to reassemble it and then see if we get audio and that and stuff. Now I've got to try and remember how this went back together. I like fixes like this where you don't have to order any parts. I think the battery module will go in next. Right, I'll go and get the rest of it. Right, need the speaker parts now. 2 little LED ribbon cables to go in. Right, just the outer skin thing to go back on now then. Well, that wasn't as bad as what I thought it was going to be. Right, does it switch on now? Yes. Does it?
Battery fully charged.
Oh, battery fully charged. Well, it talks. Right, I better go and see if I can connect it to my phone then. So I was wondering how you actually pair this, and you just put your phone next to it.
Bluetooth disconnected. Bluetooth connected.
So that's fairly straightforward then. So that's what the NFC's for, it's for to actually pair it.
Hello there, my name's Vince from My Mate Vince, and welcome to day 13 of the Amazon Advent Repair Challenge.
Right, well, the audio seems to be playing okay through it. I don't know what this party mode does, because I think it's got some flashy LED lights as well. So where's that party? So I'm sure there's some light sort of options where it flashes all different lights and things. Right, so I figured out the light mode. You had to download the Sony app, and then you could change the configuration for different light modes on it. So I better stop that before I get a copyright strike. But there we go, all working. So really happy with this one. Right then, if you enjoyed this video, please give it the thumbs up. If you want to see more like it, please subscribe. Any comments or questions, please leave it in the comment section below. And as always, have a great day. Thanks for watching.